What
Number
is this demonstration? What was that? Yo, look at this, boys. Look at this. 2 years ago, top 10 strongest characters in Genshin Impact. 9 days ago, top 20 strongest Genshin Impact characters. So Hu Tao is the thumbnail for top 10, and xilonen / Arlecchino are a dual thumbnail for top 20. Shall we just jump in and check it out, chat? All right, let's go. Let's see.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're ranking the best characters in Genshin Impact.
Okay.
We'll be looking at units who deal high damage, buff and heal party members, and have longevity in Genshin's ever-expanding roster and world.
So they decided to show a physical Zhongli against a Dragon Spine boar boss as the hook of this video. Okay, off to a great start, boys.
Number 20, Kokomi.
In this battle, Gobius and Gogeja platoons will be decoys. If successful,
Kokomi.
we will besiege them.
As a descendant of the Sangonomiya clan and divine priestess of Watatsumi Island, Kokomi is a solid 5-star Hydro Catalyst character.
Sure.
At a young age, she's in charge of most affairs on the island. That's
Yeah.
how you know not to underestimate her. It makes sense that someone responsible for keeping so many people happy has one of the game's best healing abilities, to the point where she can sometimes overheal. She also has a wide-reaching elemental skill that easily applies Hydro, meaning she can act as the solitary Hydro unit on certain teams. Plus, the skill's duration can be refreshed by Elemental Burst.
Okay. Okay, it's not even wrong. That's fine. Like, besides the Watatsumi part that like doesn't really make sense, everything else was fine. They did say solitary Hydro while they showed Yelan, Kokomi, Yoimiya, Hu Tao. Why is she labeled Kokami here? Why are we fighting the Pyro Hypostasis with Hu Tao and Yoimiya? Are we trying to just demonstrate Yelan, Kokomi? Maybe. Maybe we're trying to demonstrate that. That's fine. Alright.
Number 19, Xingqiu.
Okay, Xingqiu.
The studious yet mischievous Xingqiu is a 4-star Hydro Sword character and the second son of the guild manager of the influential Feiyun Commerce Guild. The Sword Rain attacks of Xingqiu's Elemental Burst apply Hydro with every third strike, making it among the best on-field bursts.
One of the best on-field burst. You mean off-field, right? I hope they meant off-field, and also number 19 as one of the best. Okay.
The Avid Reader's elemental skill provides multiple elemental...
The burst is on the field, that's what they mean? Okay, okay. Maybe... So, I guess that's fair. Maybe I should not impose my terminology, because obviously when I think of on-field, it means like a legitimate term. But for them, probably it's just like, oh yeah, if they're on-field, they're on-field. That's fine.
Particles can grant additional defense and inflict Hydro on close opponents.
Okay.
Always striving for chivalry, Xingqiu's in-game description reads that he yearns for justice and fairness for all. But
did an AI write this script? Why? What? Got it. Yeah, okay, it's fine. Yeah, he yearns for justice. Yeah.
But he also has a rebellious side and is sometimes at odds with his family over his commitment to the guild.
Okay, I guess they need to add a little bit of lore to pad the video timing. I don't know, man. Okay, I don't know what is going on, man. I don't even remember half of this shit. What
Number
is this demonstration? What was that? You bet. What is this?
Number 18, Xiangling.
What? Damn, we went from Kokomi at 20 to Xingqiu at 19 to Xiangling at 18.
A 4-star Pyro Polearm sub-DPS character, Xiangling is the famous head of the Wanmin restaurant in Liyue, and she runs it with her father, Chef Mao. She's known to be adventurous with her cooking, especially her signature heat and spice, resulting in bold flavors. Xiangling has significant AoE elemental burst damage, with her elemental burst Pyronado having powerful pyro application on foes.
Okay.
Even when elemental burst gets swapped out, it retains its damage buffs. Xiangling is partnered...
Okay, wait, true, okay. Okay, not many people know that, guys, okay? She does indeed snapshot the buffs. Okay, not bad, not bad. We got snapshot in there.
Most commonly with Bennett, as she can snapshot his flat attack buff so that she can use her burst while he is also active.
Oh, Oh, okay. Okay.
Number 17.
That's it. That's all the description that we got for Xlice. 17 after Xingqiu Xiangling. Ooh. Maybe we are assuming that he's C6. I don't know.
Xlice, a 5-star cryo catalyst character, has one of the darkest backstories in Genshin Impact, having killed his cruel foster parents to save his adopted siblings. For this, he was exiled.
Is that true? Not that that has anything to do with anything going on, but is that true? Wait, what? He did what? He slayed his foster. Oh my god, okay.
Exiled to the fortress of Meripede as a teenager, but he turned pain into power, becoming the fortress's administrator and serving in an aspirational role amongst his fellow prisoners. Xlice is best utilized in melt or freeze teams as a main DPS.
Okay.
Constant cryo usage is helpful for elemental reactions like freeze. He relies on normal attacks for high, consistent damage, reducing the need to rely on burst cooldowns and his elemental skill. Additionally, Xlice can self-heal if his health falls below a certain threshold, and the fact that he can ice bridge across the water makes it easy to get around.
Guys, I have a feeling that an AI wrote this script. It feels so weird the way that it's structured. Like, I feel like the way they started this was they input characters and then were like, okay, give me 30% background, 40% gameplay, and 10% miscellaneous. And so we get, like, you know, the strength of him as a normal attacker and the fact that he doesn't rely on his burst, but then randomly they just add in that he can ice bridge.
Number 16. Baizu.
Oh, where is this list going? What this is like one of the most random.
While there are plenty of strong characters in Genshin Impact, there aren't many who can also brag about being a doctor. We must
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, that's brag about being a doctor. That's the reason why he's on. Okay.
Let's admit though, if our physician had green hair, an albino snake around their shoulders, and aspirations of immortality, we'd probably feel slightly intimidated.
Why does the chapter say Beidou when we're talking about Baiju? This is so crazy, man. This is so crazy. I mean, guys, these characters aren't even that bad, but like the reasoning, but this video is like a car crash that you have to keep watching, even though you don't want to.
The last thing we need is more anxiety about our medical appointments. Baizu, the guardian of Kuikui and owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy, is a 5-star Dendro Catalyst character utilized best as a support. Thanks to his elemental skill, Baizu offers substantial party healing. In addition, his burst deals off-field Dendro application, and his HP scaling is beneficial to both his Dendro buffs and healing.
Alright, so we got Kuikui, alright? We got a mini little guide to Baizu, but we have no... Dude, what? This is crazy shit, man.
Number 15. Kanich.
Kanich. Right after Baizu. This shit's wild, man.
When a character has a grappling hook in his arsenal, you know you're fighting with someone cool.
These intros are AI, man!
Besides the swinging mobility, Kanich is an ace with the claymore and an athlete that other athletes aspire to. As a proud member of the Scions of the Canopy, exploration and adventure run through his veins.
Okay.
He's capable of spins and mid-air strike attacks, always choosing a practical killing stroke over pretty battle choreography. And once he invokes the Night Soul's blessing, his power is amplified to a whole new level. With his elemental capabilities and top-notch agility, Kanich makes for a strong Dendro DPS with great overworld traversal who's incredibly fun to play.
You know you know what is crazy about this video so far? This is like when like a high schooler writes an essay and it's due the next day. And so what they need to do is they need to go on Cliff Notes and they need to make up something that sounds convincing but actually has no idea what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not wrong, but they're like the worst case of right. Who's next?
Number 14. Chlorinde.
We must...
It's just so random.
And as a last resort, we will do so by force.
Okay, she's hot.
A 5-star Electro Sword wielder, Chlorinde is renowned as Fontaine's strongest champion duelist.
Yeah, but is she that strong in game?
The lightning quick damage dealer deals fast electro application with her elemental skill and elemental burst, making her an excellent electro applicator on field. Her augmented elemental skill allows her to choose between remaining in place or swerving across the battlefield, making
The gameplay that we're watching shows her electro damage being weaker than her physical damage. Let that sink in, guys. Let me show you this
augmented
again.
elemental skill
Look at her electro damage. It's below 3k.
allows her to choose
And then
between
look at
remaining
her
in place
physical.
or
Her physical damage is stronger than her electro damage.
swerving across the battlefield, making for a quick and unpredictable playstyle. With Chlorinde, access is gained to healers who are able to counterbalance the duelist's bond of life acquisition. This allows her to deal augmented normal attacks in rapid succession, all while staying stationary. Chlorinde can also self-heal using Impale the Knight, which provides her with spectacular self-sustain while running 3 buffers with only a tiny amount of risk.
Where evil lurks, shoot on sight.
Number 13. Hu Tao.
What is even going on, man?
As the Wangshang funeral parlor director, it's this woman's business to put people in the ground. But given she's one of the most potent pyro characters, it's more likely she's cremating her enemies. Her character is entirely focused on those high destruction numbers, making her one of the most effective boss killers in Genshin Impact. What she lacks in diverse
High destruction numbers. Did we randomly get some Star Rail in here? Randomly?
AoE abilities, she makes up for with stupidly lofty damage. But you have to be careful as her elemental skill drains her HP to deal out those big numbers. She also buffs her team members' crit rate and increases her own pyro damage the lower her health gets. Imagine being so powerful that you have to be careful not to destroy yourself.
Adventures.
It's so interesting to me, chat. When I watch this video, I think to myself, how did Watch Mojo reach a point where they thought to themselves, hey, team, let's make another Genshin Impact tier list video. I feel bad for the person who was responsible for this video because they probably don't play Genshin Impact, which means they probably needed a way to, how do I say it, cheat on their homework. And then they ended up with this, which is like a random, I don't know, dude, I don't even know how this ranking even comes to, like, what?
Are our VIP clients after all. We even have coupons for you.
Number 12. Xilonen.
What the f is going on? If xilonen is number 12, who the f are the top 11?
Xilonen knows how to come prepared for a fight, and she's got the artifact set to back that up. Her arsenal allows for plenty of build options, and she comes with formidable rapid strike and forward kick abilities. And she does it all on rollerblades.
Okay.
Aside from that, Xilonen works great as a healer, but her real power is in her elemental skill that massively buffs your team's elemental damage by shredding enemies' elemental resistance. This makes her one of the best support characters to date and an asset to any team she's a part of.
Wait, actually correct. I don't know what the first part was, but at least that line was good. Nice, good job.
Strong, sexy, well-equipped, and fun, Xilonen is one of Genshin's newest characters, and she's already making a massive impact. Pun intended.
Don't ever say that again.
Number 11. Yelan.
Whoa. Whoa. Yelan, number 11. Xingqiu, number 19.
The mystifying, bow-wielding intelligence agent, Yelan is a 5-star Hydro character who alleges to work with the Ministry of Civil Affairs, in spite of the fact that she's not on their list. This isn't the only questionable profession, as she also claims to provide her services to Yanshang Tea House.
So basically, every single character that they put as their strongest, they add first a lore background that has nothing to do with the actual strength of the character. And then they talk about the character in kind of like a guide video style, but using ChatGPT, and then it stops. So there's actually nothing that explains why they're ranked the way they're ranked.
But we see right through her disguise. There's no mistaking this incredible sub-DPS character whose talents are of great help when your main DPS characters are experiencing downtime. She's great for overworld exploration with her stealth running elemental skill, and her elemental burst is able to increase the damage of an active character by firing hydro attacks in tandem with them.
I genuinely feel bad for the person that was responsible for this video. I feel like they didn't want to do this.
Number 10. Wolani.
Why? What? Bro, you know the crazy thing about this video is every single character that comes next is completely something unexpected. I cannot guess. I cannot predict who their next character is.
Surf's Up. Mualani is a 5-star
Surf's Up.
Hydro Catalyst character and the proud owner of a water sports shop for the people of the Springs. With the
Okay,
proper
here's
setup and
the
timing, she's one of the
useless
greatest single
lore
target
that
routes
has
in
nothing
Genshin
to do with
Impact.
the strength of a
Sharky
character.
Bite allows her to mark foes while dishing out increasing damage based on the number of marks. Mualani has front-loaded damage, which means she's a great option for elemental reactions such as Vaporize. The source of her damage comes
Wow, see, here's the thing that catches me off guard. They are actually like very correct on some stuff, but then their background
Holy 3
footage
years.
makes no fucking sense at all.
comes from Mualani's own HP, which can be stacked effortlessly with weapons, artifacts, and leveling. Or even Hydro Resonance. Another benefit to
Where is this old going, man?
effortlessly with weapons, artifacts, and leveling. Or even Hydro Resonance.
Look at this. Where is that going, man? And then they don't even let it connect, and then they cut.
Another benefit to
Oh my god, man. The one before was way worse. Wait, did I miss that
Catalyst
one?
character.
Oh,
And the owner of she's a great option for elemental reactions such as Vaporize.
Hell no, man. What the?
Oh, wow. That was possibly the worst targeting I've ever seen.
Another benefit to using the character is her elemental skill, which allows her to travel through water easily.
Nice.
Number 9, Raiden Shogun.
Dude, what? Okay, guys, okay. We love Raiden Shogun, agreed? But can we agree that she's kind of fallen off a little bit with Fontaine and Nat Lannian characters? Disagree? Okay, so Chef, how high ranked do you think Raiden Shogun should be? And do not f***ing say EM Raiden. You mother! I f***ing knew it before he typed the f***ing message, man. Hyper Bloom is goated. Okay, man.
Given that several playable characters are vessels of gods in Genshin Impact's universe,
Yeah.
you won't be surprised that there are a couple on this list. Raiden Shogun is the
What
vessel
do you
of
mean
Beelzebub,
you won't be surprised there's a couple on this list?
the Electro Archon and God of Eternity, who is eternally badass. With a high energy
Eternally
recharge rate, passive
badass.
electro damage, and some excellent buff chain opportunities, Raiden
What? No!
with a high energy
Level 80
recharge rate,
weapon?
passive electro damage, and some excellent
Two-piece Thundering Fury? Two-piece Emblem? What the f is going on, man? This is a trial Raiden? Oh, okay.
buff chain opportunities, Raiden is a viable main DPS. But as you acquire some characters higher on this list, she quickly swaps into a significant sub-DPS support role. Paired with the right
okay.
fighters, Raiden greatly increases energy regen and elemental burst damage for the whole group. If
Okay.
you work your combinations right, Raiden fills a slot on many teams nicely.
All right, who's next? We are into some dangerous territory now, okay? We're into the top 8 now.
Number 8, Alhaitham.
The mountain.
Alhaitham.
A Dendro Sword user from Sumeru, Alhaitham is a mighty damage dealer and flexible character who can execute every Dendro-related reaction on field. As
Okay. Guys, listen. I'm sorry. Listen, Alhaitham is great, okay? But he is one of the most stat-hungry characters. And even when all of his stats are met, he's still less efficient than using more recent characters.
Burning and Bloom Alhaitham confirmed viable by WatchMojo.
Yeah.
As a member of the Haravatat of the Sumeru Academia, he's in charge of recording their discoveries.
But Hyperbloom. This guy's about to rank Eula in top 5 because of Hyperbloom. He's about to say Eula is top 5 because Hyperbloom.
As well as planning ordinances.
Please.
The Academia scholars are puzzled by Alhaitham's disinclination to seek greater power, which would seem to clash with his considerable ego. He's been known to fight with others often due to a worldview that puts a great deal of importance on truth and rationality. Those who do clash with him should beware, as this character is capable of dealing considerable single and multi-target damage with speedy Dendro application.
I knew we shouldn't have brought this up with you.
I thought my answer was quite engrossing.
Number 7, Zhongli.
Holy f. Zhongli is number 7. In this abyss, I agree. Okay, listen. I also would love to rank Zhongli number 7 because he allows me to not look at the screen, okay? But listen, that's not why he's a top 20 Genshin Impact character.
As the game's updates hit the servers, the Geo element saw one of the most significant damage buffs. And of course, what other Geo user would you pick to have in your party than the vassal for the Geo Archon himself, Zhongli? While he
Holy
might have
shit,
some relatively
boys.
low regular attack numbers, you won't be short on Geo to
Holy
deal out his
shit,
excellent
boys.
stackable abilities.
This is
Petrifying
something
enemies
else.
with his elemental burst while creating shields to buff your HP, plus draining elemental energy off his enemies so he can repeatedly deal damage over a huge area? Damn, Zhongli. What other tricks are you hiding in that long?
Damn, Zhongli shows solo physical Zhongli. Top 20 strongest Genshin Impact characters. Wait, what is his name here, chat? Oh, it's correct. Nice. All right, number
Number
six.
6, Bennett.
Oh, okay. We've got Bennett at number 6 with Xingqiu at 19 and Xiangling at 18. I mean, Bennett's fine here. He's fine to be at top 6. But that begs the question, all the other support units. We've got xilonen at like number 12 or something. And xilonen is definitely comparable to Bennett. I don't think there should be that big of a gap, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, where the f is Kazuha?
Bennett, the only Benny's Adventure Team member, is an extraordinarily flexible 4-star character
Okay, can you stop showing me solo gameplay?
who can easily fit into any team composition. The
Did I just see... Wait,
an extraordinarily
what is this
flexible
team?
4-star character who can easily
Bennett, Yunjin, Chongyun, Barbara. What the f is going on here? Bennett, Yunjin, Chongyun, Barbara. Bennett, Kazuha, Yunjin, Zhongli. Oh, who the f is the main DPS here, man?
Pyro Sword user was once
It's Bennett. Oh, I see. Okay.
an abandoned orphan brought up in Mondstadt's Adventurers Guild after an old adventurer found him. All that adventuring must have paid off because it's made Benny into
Holy
the
fuck,
powerful
boys.
character he is now. Benny has one of the best attack buffers in Genshin Impact, which also yields fast and cheap energy plus healing. He also gathers considerable damage with his elemental skill, which is a low cooldown period that makes it possible to spam his elemental burst.
That's gonna hurt in the morning. Yeah, let's light it up.
Wow, good job. They 3-starred. Wow, let's go, Watch Mojo. Who's number 5, boys?
Number
Pause.
5, Nahida.
Okay, I think this is their first reasonable ranking. Like, I think like 5 is actually a solid spot for her.
After being confined within the
Aware.
sanctuary of Suristhana for an extended period of time, Nahida, also known as Lesser Lord Kusanali, is free at last, and she's a force to be reckoned with. The 5-star Dendro Catalyst character is the best Dendro applicator and, as a sub DPS, deals considerable damage, particularly with C2. She converts
C2. Is that the metric of comparison that we've got to take into account? C2, 5 stars?
elemental mastery into crit rate and damage, which makes her highly versatile in that she is able to act in dual roles as both a support and damage dealer.
I see.
Nahida's elemental skill is lengthy, with only a minor amount of cooldown, and a mark that can be indefinitely applied to a foe following team rotations. It also lets her more easily gather materials in the overworld.
Wait, unironically, their Nahida description is probably the most okay. An AI wrote it though, I can tell.
Active characters who are within her elemental burst are granted a massive elemental mastery bonus, raising the efficacy of a team's Dendro reactions.
Okay. Number 4, Pause Champ.
Number 4, Farina.
Are you
Okay.
and I the audience? Or characters?
Okay. Fen. Brother, what? Fen. There is no E in Farina. Okay, but Farina over Nahida. Yes. Farina over Nahida for sure. So in terms of that, who was number 6, by the way? Bennett. I mean, yeah, sure. Okay, Zhongli should not be here. Zhongli should not be even close to these 3. Let's be honest, guys.
Best utilized in a support role, the complex Farina
Zhongli is 4 years old, is still one of the most used unit. I think he deserves this spot in the gadget game ranking. Listen, I'm coming from a position, I love Zhongli with my ass cheeks wide open. But the only reason why I love him is because he allows me to play the game with my eyes closed. Does that make him really strong? It's debatable, I think. It's debatable, man. But in terms of strongest character, I don't think that making you able to not think about the game like really qualifies, because like if you think about the game, you don't need to use them at all, you know what I'm saying?
de Fontaine is a 5-star Hydro Sword character who has been praised for her mental fortitude. While we first met her as the Hydro Archon, this is later revealed to not be the truth. Now, freed from the curse of immortality, she lives a more humble life as an artistic consultant and actor. In her Usia form, Farina has solid damage scaling and an elemental skill that can be refreshed
Stop soloing.
over and over. She also provides an excellent damage
Oh, is
buffer
that
courtesy of her
spoilers?
fanfare mechanic,
XDD.
so long as a healer is present. HP drain for Furina's party members results in interesting ways of playing with HP fluctuations.
Alright, guys, we're getting juicy, okay? That was number 4. That was number 4, guys. Holy top 3.
Number 3, Arlecchino.
Okay, not over Furina, man. As much as I love Arlecchino, not over Furina. As much as I love Arlecchino, she's a DPS character, and support characters are way more powerful in specific situations. Over Nahida, I don't think so either. I think the usefulness of Nahida and Furina is like extremely strong in specific situations.
Named the Knave, is a 5-star Pyro polearm character best utilized as a main DPS. Father, as she is called by the members of the house, who she in turn calls her children, is a self-sufficient character who can be paired with a shielder or a team with 3 buffers. She allows for simple character building due to the extremely high raw scalings and many buffs that are included in her kit. This, plus her simple, low downtime combos with steady DPS, makes dispatching enemies a joy.
I don't think they played the drop. Okay, top 2. Top 2.
Number 2, Kazuha.
What? You know, I respect that Kazuha is number 2, but there's no way xilonen is number 12, man. There's no way xilonen is number 12. And why the f is his name Kaya, man? Okay, guys. Top 20 Genshin Impact characters. I feel like there are enough insanely powerful characters that the top 20 in general should have, like, okay, how I think this is the best way to describe it in terms of like my experience. There are enough powerful characters in Genshin Impact where a top 20 list, any one of those top 20 could be a top 5 for various people depending on their perspective of the game.
If there's one wandering samurai to have on your team, Karehara Kazuha certainly slices through the competition.
Nobody has Wriothesley in their top 5, so Watch Mojo is wrong. So Jeff, why, dude, Wriothesley is not even a character at C0, man. Wriothesley is not even a character at C0. That's like, dude.
Release, Kazuha quickly became the most desirable damage-dealing Animo party member. He can basically do what Venti can, but more affordably, efficiently controlling—
He basically could do what Venti can, but more affordably. Brother, are you dude, is this ChatGPT? Dude, you need to put in the recent 3 years of data into your ChatGPT. What the f is that description? Nah, man, this AI is old. It's 2021 AI, man. They need to bump it up to 2024.
crowds with his spammable elemental skill. On top of practically being a battery for energy recharge, his passive swirl damage as a sub DPS also makes him an excellent support character. So when you're trying to maximize damage on a DPS team, Kazuha will always be one of the best contenders.
Holy shit, pause champ for number 1. Pause champ for number 1, boys. Who is number 1? Who the f is number 1? Pause champ.
Before we continue,
You f***ing suck my cock right now. What the f is this? Number 1.
Number 1, Neuvillette.
Oh! Ha-ha! He's number 1. Hey. Okay, I'm not even mad about this number 1. I'm not even mad about this number 1. You know why? For me personally, he is like my most like blatant lazy character to use. You know, I'm not even upset, dude. Okay, let's see what they say. Let's see what they say.
Neither know why I was born in this form, nor do I understand where my long life should take me.
A Hydro main DPS character best built using charged attacks, 5-star Catalyst user Neuvillette is the leader of the Marcheseau Phantom and the Ludex of Fontaine. He's a recluse in the eyes of the public and appears quite disconnected from human emotion. This aloofness would make sense because while he may appear human, Neuvillette is the Hydro Dragon Sovereign in reality. His charged attacks have high scaling and a fast tick rate, which means they can potentially deal significant damage. Adding to his mobility in battle, Neuvillette hovers while casting his charged attack. Let the mighty be humbled. Who's your favorite character in Genshin Impact?
What do you mean, who's your favorite character? You titled this video Top 20 Strongest Genshin Impact Characters. At the end of the video, you asked, who's your favorite character? Thanks, Watch Mojo, for spoiling the entire... Doro said, what the f is this list? What does a character's backstory have to do with how strong they are in gameplay? This is a legitimate concern. Okay. Okay. Unbiased perspective. Novelette at dude, who is even number one, man? Number one has to be a support character. It cannot be a DPS. The most valuable support character in the game is probably number one. Okay, chat, we should consider everything at C0, right? We should consider everything at C0. Okay, how about, wait, chat, do you guys consider difficulty of character building associated with strength? Because some characters are way more difficult to build than others. No, because you're gonna get that build eventually. Okay, so straight up raw power. So who are the most well-known buffers? We have Kazuha, we have xilonen, we have Furina, we have Bennett. Okay, so Kazuha and xilonen, they cannot be number one because they are not universal, but they are strong enough that they are close they're in top 5. So xilonen does not buff Dendro at all. Basically doesn't buff Electro. Like, the buff for Electro is like not even existent. Kazuha can it's only reactions that can swirl, so Geo's Dendro's also but it's still useful in Dendro comps, but not because it buffs Dendros, because of Electro and Aggravate and shit. So I guess then it's Furina. But Furina does have a downside that can be offset. Man, every single character has a downside, man. But Furina gives you over 100% damage bonus no matter what you are, which is kind of good, right? So like even in the best xilonen comps, you would combine that with Furina. When you have Kazuha, you would combine it with Furina, but usually you would do Jean Furina because you need some sort of healing. But Kazuha Furina is fine because most of you guys are C6 losers anyway, so it's not even a big deal. Okay, chat, I feel like the DPSers only deserve a top 20 if they literally break the meta. Agreed? And I think Novelette is the only character who does that. Okay, I'm gonna say it, and you guys may agree or disagree. I feel like Navia actually deserves a ranking that is on par with Novelette and Arlecchino because just how much more broken she is than other Geo characters. And it's not because like Navia herself is obviously weaker than Novelette or Arlecchino, but the way that she plays enables Geo comps to a degree that no other Geo character can do. Guys, do you remember when we tried to compare Ito and Navia? Oh my god, please, man. Ito feels so sad and depressing after you play with Navia. It's not even funny, man. It's not even funny, man. Especially the way that Ito's kit is designed. It's like not even funny. Okay, so chat, there are lots of strong characters. Okay, YouTube, I've never done a tier list and I never will do a tier list, but just let me know in the comments if you want to see a random ass tier list from me, okay? I want to know, and I'll probably not do it anyway, just with you guys and with my Twitch chat, okay? Goodbye. Thanks for watching. Bye.